The spiral slide. This video is a general guide and is not a substitute for the detailed written instruction. Pre-assemble barrier rails onto ladder posts, ensuring the side rail mounting holes face inward. Handrails can be pre-assembled to the ladder as well. Use the deck frame for basic layout. The center post is usually located about 22 inches from water's edge, resulting in an 8-inch exit overhang. At the wide end of the deck frame, measure from center 22 inches each direction to locate the ladder post centers. Next, dig the 3 holes, or mount the 3 floor flanges by first drilling anchor holes in the concrete. After you have meticulously cleaned the holes, install the anchors and mount the center post floor flange. If X braces are a part of your slide, pay attention to the orientation of the floor flanges. Set the center post, then install the exit support about 8 inches above the pool deck surface, locking it in place temporarily with set screws. Slide the exit module onto the center post and bolt into the exit support. Install joint gaskets and load the 90-degree modules onto the center post. Noting that the top 90-degree module is slightly different. Install the joint bolts. Slide the aluminum deck frame onto the center post, seating it into the groove on the top 90-degree module. Set the ladder posts and bolt barrier rails to the deck frame, first lubricating the deck bolts. You may need to loosen exit support set screws to align deck frame to barrier rails. Set the plastic deck cover and entry module. Check posts for plumb, a deck frame for level. To achieve a level deck, the slide can be raised or lowered on the center post by loosening the set screws. Once the deck is level, replace set screws with U-drives. Discard the set screws. Complete the X-brace installation if used. Set the ladder in place temporarily in order to mark the location of its masonry anchors. Install masonry anchors and bolt the ladder in place. Then bolt the handrails to the barrier rails. Install the 2 plastic side rails, bolting them to the ladder post first, then to the entry module. Insert water tubing into the center post so it protrudes through the top. Connect plumbing in the hood to plumbing in the center post and mount the hood. Install rail extenders if used. Connect water lines and test. Adjust nozzles for a small crossing stream. If you're using the spiral stair, there are 2 major changes in the installation. Number 1, riser height is 8 inches. So finished deck height will be a multiple of 8 inches. In the case of the Aqua Deluxe 450, for example, finished deck height is 88 inches, measured at the 5-inch post. This requires setting the slide exit support at about 12 inches above the pool deck, rather than 8 inches. Number 2, we substitute a 5-inch diameter post for one of the ladder posts. Post locations are established as previously described, except the measurements are 22 inches for the 3.5-inch post and 23.5 inches for the 5-inch post, measured from the center and along the back of the deck frame. Dig holes or set the appropriate floor flanges with masonry anchors. Set the posts in place, slide the lower 4-inch socket onto the 3.5-inch post and bolt it to the deck frame, first lubricating the bolt. Now, load the stair treads onto the 5-inch post, noting that the top and bottom treads are distinct and one of the treads is prepped for the strut. Rotate the treads into a balanced load configuration to avoid toppling the post. Slide the lower 5.5-inch socket onto the 5-inch post and bolt it to the deck frame, first lubricating the bolt. Check the deck frame for level. Raise or lower the slide on its center post if necessary to level the deck frame. Starting at the top, rotate stair treads into position and insert the spacer balusters loosely between heel and toe of successive treads. Make sure spacer balusters are plumb. Position the spiral handrail, sliding the upper 4-inch socket over the 3.5-inch post, and install 1.5-inch bolts through the treads into the remaining balusters, finger tight. Set the deck cover in place, slide the upper 5-inch socket onto the 5-inch post, and install the plastic side rails, including the 4 studs on the ladder posts. Starting again at the top, screw spacer balusters into all handrail balusters. This may have to be accomplished sequentially as individual spacers bind. The entire assembly will be drawn into a smooth flowing shape during this process, stiffening it. Check all of the spacer balusters for plumb before proceeding to the newel post. Use a rubber mallet or a size 10.5 boot to adjust the treads until all balusters are plumb. Tighten all the bolts. Install the newel post through the handrail socket, through the bottom tread socket, into the 3-inch floor flange. Install masonry anchors and the newel post floor flange. Set its post cap in place. The post cap and all other slit-fit style connections, including stair treads, can now be secured with number 14 U-drives. Now, set the remaining post caps and secure them with U-drives.